about David Walzer Panadero. He's from Saratoga, but his adopted daughter is a Ukrainian. She's from Ukraine. So when Russia started dropping the bombs, he said, I gotta go. Here to talk about what he did at the Poland-Ukraine border, David joins us. And David, now you're back at your home where you live now in Spain. Is that right?
Yeah, so I grew up in a mixed family. My father is a third-generation San Francisco native from the Sunset, and my mom is from La Mancha, Spain, so rural Spain, a little village. So I'm back in Barcelona, but my daughter was born via surrogacy, so I'm a single father by choice, and she was born 2 years ago to her birth mother is named Julia. She's from Kharkov. And she's a part of our family. So when the war broke out, you know, I felt helpless and I cried probably on the sofa for the first day. Julia is still there in Kharkov, and we're in communication almost every day. And then the next day I got on an airplane and I flew to the Polish border to see how I could be useful, basically.
Yeah, to do what? I mean, what does a guy do? You're one man who flies to the border, and
so what happened when you got there?
What can you personally do?
So yeah, so I don't speak Polish, I don't speak Ukrainian, I don't speak Russian. So I rented a car and I got an Airbnb apartment in Krakow, and was told that, you know, most of the families, and when we say families, let's really be honest, these are all women and children. So men aren't allowed to leave Ukraine. Many are participating in the defense of their country. So you're talking about women traveling with their kids or extended families without the help of their husbands. Often to cross the border, you know, temperatures are at or below zero, especially at night. So they're standing 20 hours or longer outside to cross, to get into Poland. And then once they're there, you know, Poland has taken 2 or 3 million. There's no place for them. So they're having to sleep rough at the train station until they can get matched with a home or sent elsewhere. So I was told to go to the train station, and these were early days. This was March 1st or maybe the 28th. And immediately they said, there was an English speaker there. You can drive, give these people rides to homes that have been open to them in Krakow. So I started off as a driver. I basically, I would be given a family. They would lead me to where the family was sitting, sometimes already sleeping on the floor of the train station. And then I would take them to wherever it was going to be their home for the next few weeks. And it was the best job because I was the one that brought them across the threshold to where they'd rest and find home.
But in some cases, I understand, you're ferrying them. I mean, your job is lasting hours. You're just back and forth and back and forth. In some cases, you actually took them in. We saw some pictures of kids and families that you took into your Airbnb.
Oh, is that what that was?
But that was a lot of kids. That must have been a big Airbnb.
So Krakow is a jewel of a city, very popular tourists. And unfortunately, even while people were sleeping rough and families, Airbnbs continued to be rented out to tourists coming to go sightseeing. And so I first had a family of 5 at my Airbnb, and then I was like, I need to get a bigger Airbnb. So I rented the largest one I could find, 7 bedrooms, sleeps 25 people. And that night I was matched with a family with 15 kids, 2 of them babies under the age of 6 months, 3 adults, and 1 grandparent, and brought them home. And I mean, they brought me to them at midnight, and they were already sleeping. The small children were sleeping on jackets because they didn't have sleeping bags to cushion them from the floor. And I carried a child. I mean, I don't know if you've ever taken a child to an emergency room, but this child was like just a rag doll, like so tired, so exhausted that a stranger picking him up didn't wake him. And if you've ever had to carry a suffering child, especially to like the emergency room, like, I mean, there's nothing heavier. There's nothing that hurts more than carrying a suffering kid, but there's also nothing lighter. And I mean, I could have carried that kid 10 miles, and these mothers had already done that. So, yeah, trying to find as many spaces as possible for these kids. So that first night was 22 of us in an Airbnb. And since then, I found some other people helping here. And now we have 7 going at the same time and are hosting 80 Ukrainian family members a night.
Oh, I know that you're back now and we have to go. And I just want to ask before we go, how is the birth mother of your daughter and how is your daughter doing? Is everybody okay?
So my daughter is with Abuela. She's with Grandma here in Barcelona while I help with this.
Okay.
Julia, Daisy's mom, is still in Kharkov. You know, the Ukrainian people, they're the Minnesotans of Europe. They're very stoic, and she refuses to go. She doesn't want to leave her home. Mm-hmm. That's where she finds comfort and she feels responsible for staying. So so she's still in Kharkov. Thank God the electricity, and we're able to stay in touch.
Well, thank you so much. And we're going to get the information of Care Bridge, which is now, you were saying that you're still doing this good work. We'll get that on our website as well so people can help. We appreciate you sharing your story this morning.
Great. Thanks for your time.
All right. Thank you, David.